Today is 20th of December 21. Today Baba is saying, sweet children, churn the ocean of knowledge about the things you hear, and this knowledge will then trickle into your intellects throughout the day. Churn the ocean of knowledge about the things you hear. Baba is actually telling us the importance of self-study today. We are students of the Godly University, and being a student, this is very important that not only we listen to the class, we listen to the Murli, but also there is homework. All of you have experienced that when you revise, whichever kind of study you are doing, whenever you go back and you revise the things what you have heard, it matters a lot. It is actually important to memorize the things. It is important to understand the things. And in order to have a better understanding, self-study, revision, and churning is very, very important. Before we continue, I would request all of you to, whoever can, turn on their videos, if conveniently you can. Thank you. So the question for today's Murli: what skills of the present time will be useful in establishing the new world? What are the skills of, these are skills of the present time, but it is going to be useful in the future. It's going to be useful in the golden age, in the new world, in Satyug. So today Baba is specifically mentioning about those who are creating some scientific innovations. So the answer is, the sanskars of the skills of science with which they build aeroplanes and buildings, etc., will go with them there. So whoever is responsible for creating all these things, innovating new things in science, because this is required in the golden age as well. Although they may not take knowledge here, those skills will go with them there. Now, when Baba says this, it doesn't mean that they won't take knowledge at all. Because in order to go to golden age, knowledge is required. Like Baba always says, if you don't become a Brahmin, then you cannot become a deity. So first you have to become a Brahmin. First you have to come to Baba and you have to take this knowledge. And then you go to the golden age, right? So this is the precondition. But when Baba said today, some of you might have this doubt, that's why I'm clarifying. When Baba said that although they may not take knowledge here, those skills will go with them there. Means that they might not take knowledge in a very deeper sense or do a lot of purusharth like most of us, but they will take the message of Baba, they will understand Baba, and they will understand the knowledge as well. Of course, the sanskars of the skills they have right now, like if somebody is very good in something and very enthusiastic also about that particular thing. That sanskar is very deep in the soul. It gets registered in the soul, because it's not only a physical sanskar, it's not only a superficial habit, but it is a deep sanskar which is registered, which is imprinted on the soul. We see this often in some live examples in present time as well, that some kids, they carry the past life sanskars, and it is visible that it is not being taught to them by anyone in this life. So it's very obvious that the soul is carrying that particular skill or particular kind of art sometimes from the past life. It's very much obvious. So same way, these sanskars, I think I have already clarified this question, what you are asking, that they will come to Baba and they will understand Baba. I am clarifying that only, Sister Rose. Because they will come, but they will not understand the knowledge very deeply. So they are not going to become kings or queens or the part of the royal family. And definitely, ideally, they shouldn't be. Because if they are part of the royal family, then they are not going to create the aircrafts for the royal family. So someone who is creating aircraft, someone who is helping in construction of the palaces and all other things required for the royal family and for others as well, they cannot be part of the royal family ideally. They will be in the ordinary subjects, right? So they are taking the skills, they are taking a little bit of knowledge. Only that much which is required to enter into the golden age. Only that much knowledge. So then Baba says, you now know the history and geography from the beginning of the golden age to the end of the iron age. You know that everything your eyes see of the old world is now to be destroyed. So do we have really this feeling when we see the things with these eyes, especially the things that are very attractive to our eyes? Do we have this feeling, this is going to end, this is going to finish? We should have that feeling. That's what Baba is saying. You know. Knowing means what? Knowledge becomes wisdom when it comes into practice. If the knowledge is only up to the classroom teaching or listening, and I'm enjoying the knowledge also, but it's not showing in my practical life, it's not coming in my behavior, it's not showing in my personality, in my thought process, my attitude towards life, because knowledge means, spirituality means my attitude, my perspective towards life changes completely. And one more thing very important to be understood. When Baba said that you know that everything your eyes see of the old world is now to be destroyed, is going to end. So when we say that, sometimes there is a sad feeling. You know, some people, they say that when I listen to this, it's a kind of sad feeling in my heart that whatever I see, whether it is about my relations or the things I have actually made so much effort to create those things. Like I recently created a new house, I bought a new car after such a long time. You know, we saved money for years and then we managed to do all that and to attain, and we just reach that stage that we started feeling to be happy with those things, those achievements or attainments, and then Baba comes and says that all this is going to end now. So I feel like sad, a little bit sad feeling inside. So it's not about that. Baba is actually saving us from that sorrow which I could be suffering if I don't understand this. if I don't understand this right now, that all that which is visible with these eyes, which I see with these eyes, is perishable. If I don't realize that, and if I don't remember that, and actually reality is that it is going to end, it is perishable. There is no doubt in that. Sooner or later, it is going to end. So if I accept this reality, so whenever something happens to all these things or the people around me or whoever is connected with me, I won't feel sorrow. Right? Song is, you spent the night in sleeping and the day in eating. तूने रात गवाई सोए के और दिवस गवाया खाए. This is what is happening with most of the people. Either eating or thinking about eating, thinking about the next meal. After finishing one meal, thinking about planning what we are going to cook in the next meal. So this is what is happening. And Baba takes the reference of this song from some old songs of the movies or something. Om Shanti. The father sits here and explains to you, children, just as he explained to you 5,000 years ago. Similarly, he is now explaining to you in the same way how the old world is destroyed and how the golden aged new world is established. It is now the confluence of the old world and the new world. The Father has explained to you what has been happening from the beginning of the new world, of the golden age, up to the end of the iron age. He explains to you all the paraphernalia that exists and everything you see. People have sacrificial fires, yagya, havan. They do tapasya, they make donations and perform charity, etc. Dan punya. Whatever you see, whatever, all these things, whatever you see will not remain. Because Baba always says, what is here is not going to be there, and what is there is not here. So anything which is here in this world is not going to remain. So Baba says, it will not remain. None of the old things are going to remain. When an old building is demolished, all the good materials from it, like old building is demolished, but all the good materials, what they do with that? It's taken out. All the good materials from it, such as marble, etc., are kept aside, and all the rest is destroyed. Usually they do that. Yeah, this thing is good. This can be used. Something, maybe some marble and some other things which were actually, some parts were new. So you will take it out, keep it aside for the new building also, because it is very expensive, it is good, and it's in good condition, so I can use it in the new house as well. Normally it happens like that. But then what Baba says, you children know that all of these old things are going to be destroyed. Here, it's not going to happen like that, that some parts of the old world will be kept aside and taken to the new world. No, it cannot happen that way. So that's why Baba is again emphasizing this thing, that whatever you see with these eyes is going to end. It's not going to remain. Yeah. The skills of science will remain all the time. Now coming to the subtle things. Because skills, actually, can you see the skills? Can you see the art? Can you see? Can? No. When it comes into action, then you see. Skill is inside. Skill is a sanskar. Skill is something very subtle. You cannot see. You have the skill. I look at your face. I cannot see how much skilled you are. I don't know what is your quality. So any quality, any sanskar is not visible unless until I put it into practice, I put it into action. So only the action is visible, sanskar is not visible. So what is going to go with us is which is invisible. So Baba is clarifying very clearly. See, today, again Baba said, nothing out of the old world is going to go with you. It is going to finish, it is going to end. But then Baba is coming to the subtle part of the thing, that the skills of science, today Baba's focus is towards skills of science. The skills of science will remain all the time. All of you know how this world cycle turns and what happens from the golden age to the end of the iron age. This science is also knowledge. Science is also knowledge, through which aeroplanes and electricity have all been invented. Now, this sentence has two parts. One is the science, which is the knowledge. Science means the knowledge, the skill, the understanding, right? And through which all these things are created. So the things that are created are not going to go with you, but the skill through which it is created, that is going to go. Same way in this knowledge also, Baba says, you know the beginning, middle, and end. You know the whole cycle. But through the knowledge of this whole cycle, what sanskar I create right now, that sanskar is going to go with me, not the knowledge itself. So it's very subtle. Only subtle things gets recorded in the soul. So Baba says they didn't exist previously. All these things, aeroplanes and all these things are invented recently. They didn't exist previously, but have been invented recently. The world will continue. The world is not going to end. The world will continue. Bharat is an eternal land. Bharat means the eternal land. There is no annihilation, means complete destruction, that nothing remains behind. Doesn't happen like that. The skills of science through which you receive so much happiness also exist there. To be underlined the phrase, the skills of science through which you receive so much happiness, because all things, all the skills, all the things that could give happiness to the human being will be there. And it will be there only for happiness. Right now, the same skills are being used, yes, sometimes to create happiness, but many times we end up with sorrow and pain. We start with this expectation of creating or receiving happiness through these skills, through these facilities or new inventions, whatever it is. You name any of the invention. We start with a possibility and expectation of happiness, but then we end up with sorrow in the Iron Age. But it is only for the happiness of humans in the Golden Age. Because the brain that's going to use it will be pure. The intellect is pure. And the elements, the raw material with which it is created is also pure. Intentions are pure. There is no impurity. So you see, when there are some bad intentions or something, some hidden agendas behind, then even a good skill is misused. So Baba says, things that you have learned are useful even in your next birth. Some things will still remain. Now Baba has told what are the things that will remain. Here, when an earthquake takes place somewhere, they quickly build everything new again. Now, Baba is giving example in even in the old world, what they are doing now. Our Chinese family is also listening, and they are very fast in that. Baba says if something happens, they build everything new again very quickly. There in the new world, now compare this with the new world, you can understand how fast it will be. Can you imagine? There in the new world, there will be the people who build aeroplanes, etc. The world will continue. This is third time Baba has mentioned the world will continue. Because it's a cycle. It never ends, it never stops, it never breaks in between. The world will continue. So never give a wrong statement that world is going to end. World is not going to end. Old world is going to end. World is not going to end. But old is being replaced by the new without any break. It is continuing. So the world will continue, and those who manufacture those things will come again too. Their final thoughts will lead them to their destination. Although they don't have this knowledge, they will definitely come and invent new things. Right now, maybe they have not yet appeared in front of Baba, but they will come. They will come. And maybe right now they don't have those skills, but they will acquire the skills. Some are with Baba, but they don't have skills, they will acquire the skills. Some have skills, but they have not appeared in front of Baba, and they will appear. And both the things combined together, they will take these skills to the new world and will create new things. So when Baba says you're going to become a Raja, you're going to become a king, means you have to create all kinds of subjects, because you need aeroplanes there. So you need people who will create aeroplanes. You need people who are going to create palaces for you, who are going to maintain your gardens there. So you need all kind of people. So for that, what you have to do is, you have to give Baba's message to everyone, to each one of them, right? Makes sense? So Baba says, they will definitely come and invent new things. You have these thoughts in your intellects at this time. All of these things will finish, and just the land of Bharat will remain. You are warriors and are establishing self-sovereignty for yourselves with the power of yoga. There, everything will be new. Even the elements that are now Tamo Pradhan will become Sato Pradhan. You too are now becoming pure in order to go to the new pure world. We have a target in our mind. Why I am becoming pure? In order to go to the new pure world. Yes? So we should have that clear vision, clear image of my target, my destination. Where am I heading? Where am I going? Yeah, yes, this is a good news. But I should always remember, I should not forget, I should not come under the influence of anything of the old world. Baba is making sure that I'm not influenced by anything of the old world. Because today Baba is again and again emphasizing this is all going to end. So when I see something, actually I remember Mataji, one of our Mataji, she is always like that. She went outside with her family to just for tourism travel. And they are enjoying the scenes. They are taking her also to show her so many new buildings, new things, beautiful gardens. There are such beautiful things in the world. So they are traveling, and every time she would see something and she would say, this is all going to end, The kids are enjoying, and she's saying that, whatever you see, everything is going to end. But you see, whatever is the result of this conversation, I'm not sure. But on her part, I see so much of intoxication is there that she really doesn't get involved in those scenes. No matter how beautiful it is, it's not attracting her. So I like that part, at least. But yes, we have to be wise enough that how we interact with those who are not listening to Murli, those who don't know what is this Gyan about. So we have to be very careful and wise enough at how we talk these things. So you say, Baba, I will definitely claim the kingdom from you. Those who remember this throughout the day and also remind others. See, those who remember and also remind others will experience a lot of happiness. Students can understand for themselves whether they will pass or not. When Baba says this, do we have that inner checking, self-checking somewhere inside going when Baba says, students know themselves, they are going to pass or not? Do I check myself with this statement? Because this is a statement for self-realization, for self-checking. So few children out of hundreds of thousands receive a scholarship. The 8 main ones are of gold. There are positions. So the 8 main ones are of gold. The 108 are of silver, and 16,000 are of copper. So am I going to get gold medal? Gold medal or silver medal, or I didn't say bronze, it's copper, similar. For instance, when the Pope gives medals, he doesn't give everyone a gold medal. I need to be deserving. Yes, we'll get distinctions. I need to be deserving for that. And I need to check every now and then, do I really deserve that? I need to check. Sometimes Baba says, ask your heart. Don't ask anybody else. Ask your heart. Listen to your inner voice that will tell you the truth. Where do I stand as of now? So they don't give everyone a gold medal. Some would receive a medal of gold and others of silver. The rosary is also created like that. You want to claim the golden prize, don't you? Yeah. By claiming the silver prize, you become part of the Moon dynasty. So where do I want to go? Sun dynasty or Moon dynasty? Jasmine, where do you want to go?
新时代呀。 San Dynasty. San Dynasty.
Yeah, she's speaking in Chinese. Okay. The rosary is also created like that. You want to claim the golden prize. By claiming the silver prize, you become part of the Moon Dynasty. Moon Dynasty is Silver Age. Suryavanshi, Chandravanshi. Suryavanshi, Sun Dynasty is in the Golden Age, and then Chandravanshi is a Silver Age, Moon Dynasty. Baba says, and he says that every day. What is that? Baba says, remember me and your sins will be absolved. There is no other way. There is no other way. It's not this way or that way. Yeah, and there is any other way also. There are many ways. No. Some people say there are many ways, but one destination. All the roads go to the same destination. No. Here Baba comes to tell there is no other way. Just have the concern to pass. You should not have any other concern. You should not have any other worries or tensions. Just one concern to pass. Pass or pass with honor. I didn't hear anything. Yes. So Baba said, when the upheaval of war increases, you will begin to make effort with great force. Are we those who will make effort when the war begins? Or we will make effort before that and we get ready by that time? And when will war begin? When will war begin? It can begin tonight, anytime. So I have to be ever ready. At the time of their examinations, students busy themselves in making effort in order to gallop. Still good. Still good. At least before the exams, they are now trying to gallop. Whatever syllabus is left, they couldn't finish. So this is an unlimited school. Continue to practice explaining at the exhibitions. Practice explaining at the exhibitions. And that is for your own sake, because when you explain to others, you churn the knowledge. You have to. Otherwise, if Baba says churn the knowledge, you don't know what to churn. But when you have to explain to others, then you know. And then when they ask you something, some cross questions, then you churn it more. So that is why actually seva, explaining to others, is a tool to improve yourself, to understand the knowledge better for yourself. So that's why Baba says, practice this. Continue to practice explaining at the exhibitions. People are not that impressed when they see projector shows, but they do become amazed on seeing the exhibitions. Why Baba says? Because personal touch is there. When you show a projector show, like you just show a video, no matter how good it is, yes, they will get something from that video. But when personally you explain to someone, it's different, right? Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. रूहानी बच्चों की रूहानी बाप दादा को याद प्यार. Good morning. Namaste.
Namaste.
Shukriya, Baba.
Essence for dharana. First, before the old world is destroyed, make your stage karmatit. Stay in remembrance and become Sato Pradhan. So means before it is destroyed, the old world is destroyed, make your stage karmatit, means I should be ready before time. Not on time, not in time, but before time. And of course, not behind time. Stay in remembrance and become Sato Pradhan. Second, constantly maintain the happiness. What is the point for my happiness? What is the foundation of my happiness? Constantly maintain the happiness that the highest on high Father himself is teaching you. Remember that always. Who is your teacher? Baba is my teacher. God himself is my teacher. Study this very well and also teach others. So this is a homework Baba is giving. Am I doing the homework? Baba says, study this very well and also teach others. So every day when I check my chart, end of the day, I should check, did I teach anyone else? Did I give Baba's message to at least one person throughout the day? Listen to this and churn the ocean of knowledge. So what we are doing is, many of us, we listen to this, but we forget the second part of the sentence, churn the ocean of knowledge. We listen every day. But we don't churn. It's like we keep eating, but we don't digest. What will happen? It is not converted into energy. Food is converted into energy if I can digest that. And for digesting, normally also they say that you have to chew the food properly when you're eating. And then inside also for digestion, how many things we do for digestion? So you should do exercise, you should do yoga, you should do walking and all that. Means there is a process, otherwise it's not getting digested. Only listening is like only eating and sitting makes you heavy. So only listening to Murli without churning makes your intellect heavy, makes your brain feel heavy because you are not able to implement that. And for that, churning is must. Otherwise, knowledge becomes a burden. Then sometimes the souls, they feel, I was better before the Gyan. At least I didn't have any guilt. At least I didn't have this question mark. Whatever I was doing, I was happy. Because now only listening and not doing, making the soul heavy. Just imagine, if I don't churn, this knowledge becomes burden. And if I churn, this knowledge becomes wisdom. And it helps me to move forward in my life. So listen to this and churn the ocean of knowledge. Blessing for today. May you be soul conscious and experience being viceless in your angelic form. May you be soul conscious and experience being viceless in your angelic form. The children who become soul conscious easily become viceless. Yeah. So because from where vices came, the seed was body consciousness. So if I want to become viceless, I have to become, first thing, foundation of my Brahmin life is being soul conscious. With the soul conscious stage, you can experience the viceless stage even in your thoughts, right? Those who are viceless to this extent, if they are, means Baba said, no, you can experience the viceless stage even in your thoughts. Means even in my thoughts, I don't even have thoughts of, forget about actions. Even in thoughts, I don't have thoughts of any kind of vice, any kind of negativity, any kind of attraction. Those who are viceless to this extent. And you know what is the checking point of that? Checking point is the quality of your dreams. What is the quality of your dreams? If you remember at all, if you remember your dreams, then you should be able to understand if there is something left unfinished, uncleaned. It will come in the form of dreams. So that's why Baba says, not even in thoughts, not even in dreams, I should be having any kind of feeling or any thought or any vision of vices. So those who are viceless to this extent cannot be attracted by any type of impurity or any type of attraction of the 5 elements. They are called angels. They are called angels. Angels attract everyone, but they are not attracted by anything. So when Baba says they are not attracted by any type of impurity, why would I be attracted towards impurity? You know why? Because in Kali Yuga, right now, almost end of the Kali Yuga, and Maya's kingdom is going to end. So Maya is also trying its level best. So it's actually serving vices in a very attractive form. Because if vices come in the form of vices, we won't be attracted towards that, especially Brahmins. But vices are served in a very beautiful way by Maya, and or sometimes in a way which seems to be necessary, which seems to be very important, which seems to be, it's required. And this is normal, this is natural. And then sometimes Brahmins are asking themselves, what we are following all this, is it normal way of life? Because we feel everywhere around us, people around us, they are going in some other direction and they are enjoying, they are happy. And am I doing the right thing? This is Maya's way of making you feel that these vices are, that vicious way of life is actually, she makes you feel is normal, is natural. So that is how. But if you are viceless to that extent that not even in your thoughts you have any kind of attraction, then you cannot be attracted by any kind of impurity and any type of attraction of 5 elements. Then you are called angels. You feel it or not, but Baba is determined that he will make us angels. So for this, while being in your corporeal body, remain stable in your incorporeal soul conscious stage. Slogan. In order to experience super sensuous joy in your life, especially have love for solitude at Amrit Vela. in order to experience super sensuous joy in your life, especially have love for solitude at Amrit Vela. And our solitude, our ekant, is not the solitude only physically, yes, but it begins with the experience of silence and just me and myself time. Then I can connect with Baba at that time. Okay, that is the time when you can experience the super sensuous joy, what Baba is talking about always. It's a special gift for that time. Our 21 days Amrit Vela is going on, and tomorrow is the last day of that 21 days. And of course, to be continued after that also, because until this Sangam Yug remains, this is the most auspicious time for all of us Brahmins. We are gifted with this time by Baba.